welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone, and something I want to talk about today, and I know, like, a lot of us are kind of done talking about it. We've gone over this, we've beat it in the bush, whatnot, etc. If you read the title of the video, you know this is about Captain Marvel. So, I thought I was done talking about it, but there's this one thing just kicking around in my brain that just keeps coming up every time I think about it. When the scene comes up, because this to me was one of the biggest flaws in the film. The way that they tried to set her up as this character, this girl power character who conquers all the men. When in reality, like, no one ever knocked her down. Like, she fell down, but then she got up again, and it was like this whole. That was the whole montage, right? There's a whole thing, right? So I'm thinking about back to that thing, right? This was a montage. If you haven't seen the film, there's a montage early on of all these times where she falls on her ass, right? And all these people doubt her and tell her that she shouldn't be doing this and all that stuff. And that's like sort of her, there's a flashback that recurs about her, falling down all the time and just no one believing in her. And then you fast forward towards the end of the film, another time when she gets knocked down, she goes to this whole flashback again, and here's the whole kicker is every time she's fallen, she gets right back up and keeps on going. Good for her. So that's like that's whole like shtick that goes on, in there. And I'm thinking about that scene. Something that really, really bugged me about that scene, because I'm like, why, what's wrong here? There's something just definitively wrong and missing from the scene, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then it hit me. I'm like, this whole movie, all of this, this attempt at the 90s, right? Throwing in things like the most generic, user-friendly Nirvana song of all time. Look, Come As You Are is a great song, but I mean, really? For your 90s period piece, that's what you pick? And I'm thinking about all of the missed opportunities in this film, and this one hits me as just the most glaring one, the one that could have changed it all. If in this moment, in this montage where we see her just repeatedly fall on her ass and then pick herself back up, why didn't they play Tub Thumping? That would have been perfect. That would have been the obvious choice. Sing it with me. I get knocked down, and I get up again. You ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, and I get up again. You ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, etc., etc., etc. I'm probably getting demonetized for singing that. Who cares? The point is, obvious choice. When you think of the 90s, that's at least one of the first three things you think of regarding the 90s. You think of like arcades, Radio Shack, and Tub Thumping, and there was only one of those things in the actual, in actually Captain Marvel. Anyway, so that was the thing. I was like, what a glaring oversight. What an issue. This could have fixed, it could have fixed that scene. The reality is, if you had done that, then you would have had a mediocre film with one really good scene. But then it got kind of the gears turning a little bit, the wheels moving and all that, and wondering, like, well, what else? What does that do? What does Tub Thumping do to that moment that the whole rest of the movie lacked? Fun! This movie should have been fun! Instead of going for a whole, like, oh, we just said it in the 90s and threw in some 90s nostalgia, this should have been a 90s movie. You throw in the camp, which is like Tub Thumping in that scene. You add that little bit of camp back in there. Now you have a 90s superhero movie, which actually would have been interesting. As opposed to them being like, we're afraid to actually take real risks because we don't know if a movie led by a woman will succeed, which is like mixed messages from the studio. Really, really, like, talk about just making a really safe film that took no risks whatsoever. And I mean, like, aside from the potentially insinuated but never spoken sexual tension between Captain Marvel and Maria Rambeau, there's nothing really specifically 90s about the telling of the story in this film whatsoever. Just, again, the little nostalgia bits sprinkled in there for you and me. And I'm like, well, if they had just gone, they just leaned into that, leaned into the camp of it, leaned into the ridiculousness of it, they could have had a masterpiece. They could have made it so fun you wouldn't even notice that the lead actress is just a plank of wood with not a smile painted on, because she can't do that. So that was my thought. It was kicking around. I don't know if you guys are sick. There probably be a million comments being like, who cares about Captain Marvel? Why are we still talking about this? That was my thought. I just wanted to share Tub Thumping with you, because who isn't happy when they hear that? So tell me realistically, who is not happy when they hear that song? If you can find me someone who hears that song and is like, nah, aside from people who have like PTSD associations with it from an actually traumatic event, but like aside from those people who don't matter, find me a real human being that hears that song and is like, meh. Like, who's live in the 90s, who doesn't hear that song and immediately go, oh, get knocked down, and I'll get up again, you ain't never gonna keep me down. I mean, like, it's fun. Yeah! People karaoke that shit out here sometimes. It's awesome. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying tub thumping would have significantly improved Captain Marvel. And I wanted to share that thought with you. So you're welcome. That's all. Tune in tomorrow for Social Justice Wednesdays, my favorite day of the week. And that's it. Tune in later tonight for my live show. Every day this month. Every day this month, live streaming challenge. So tune in every single day this month where I will do a live stream on my channel every single day this month. So that's a thing for you. You're welcome. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and press the like button. Make it really feel that oppression. Make it understand that it's like a woman in the 90s, super oppressed. It's a joke, in case you couldn't tell. Anyway, and then click all the links that are popping up here. Click all of them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click that one for Jesse Shot First. It's an amazing t-shirt with original artwork designed by that Star Wars girl. Maybe make sure you click the one for LA Cheesesteak Reviews, an awesome new YouTube show I'm doing with my friends, other ex-Philly people or Philly transplants who are trying to find a decent cheesesteak in LA, largely failing. And then make sure you click on Get Involved with Me. That'll tell you everything you need to know about Patreon, about my Teespring, about PayPal, other ways to help support the channel and help it grow, because YouTube loves to demonetize my videos. It's fun for them. Anyway, make sure that, yes, so click on that. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram at Mindless Entertainment. You can follow me on Twitter at Jesse Milestone. And that is all for today. God Empress out.